Welcome in, baseball fans, and here in New York, it's Major League Baseball on a Friday night. It's the Minnesota Twins taking on the New York Yankees. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to roll here, and taking the ball for the Yankees, Nestor Cortes Jr. And he comes in off a really nice season on the hill, Chris.
An ERA in the low twos last year, so consistent, so dependable. Talk about a skipper who's got a guy like that that's going to go out there and not just keep them in the ball game, but really give them an opportunity to win a ball game, even if it's a low-scoring day for the offense. That's who he was last season, and if he's even close to that this year, I think they'll be really happy with his performance.
Donovan Solano stands in now and watches strike one. He swings and fouls one off. Going 2 now. And that one just missed off the outside edge.
It's a good take.
Next one just misses. 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one down the line, and that's just foul. Fights it off. You'll see another. Two now. Got him swinging.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Kyle Farmer up to the plate now. Ball 1, no strikes. Cortes, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a slider, a changeup, and he works in a 2-seamer. The next pitch misses, and the count is 2-0. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. One down, base is empty. And now 2-2.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Sets him down looking. Fastball at the letters, throws him for strike 3.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
The 1-0. On a line out towards center. Flashes the leather on the run and catch. And the inning is over. Down go the Twins in order. And now the Bombers will get their shot. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back for more from the Bronx. And towing the slab, Bailey Ober.
Well, he tried to make it through the 5th inning last time out, but the pitch count just got too high. He ended up taking the loss. That's one of those you just have to shake it off, come back out today, and try to throw a gem.
Bottom of the first, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate. The pitch. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. And there's a foul ball. And the 0-2. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. The throw to first, 1 up, 1 down. Here's a look at Aaron Boone's lineup for the Yankees. One guy swinging a hot bat recently, Anthony Rizzo.
Well, he's in pretty good company right now on that AL leaderboard for home runs. Top 5 for the guy, and he's one of the better home run hitters in the league this year. You don't see him missing too many pitches, and when he gets the one that he wants, he doesn't miss it. It goes a long way.
And first offering is fouled off. Ober, he isn't really known as a starting pitcher that's going to get you deep into the start. It's not that he's not capable, he just hasn't proven that he can do it yet. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now.
He's got such great stuff. You just don't know from start to start whether it's a potential no-hitter or it's a guy that's only going to give you 3 or 4 innings.
Bounce to the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And a couple of quick outs.
The right fielder,
Aaron Judge at the plate. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
But for the most part, with that kind of stuff, you expect him to get to the middle of the ball game.
And a pitch. That one missed. What does he need to do in order to get deeper into the game?
Well, I'd say it's command of the secondary pitches, because when you're talking about turning over the order a second and third time and guys are getting looks, you've got to be able to put a wrinkle on something, change speeds, and locate it enough so that they offer at it.
2-1 on Judge. And another ball.
Ultimately, you want them to swing and chase a pitch that teases the zone and ends outside the zone. But so far, he hasn't been able to do that consistently.
Swing and a miss, 3-2 now.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the...
Well, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. 0-0 after 1 from Yankee Stadium. Inning number 2 when we get back on the show. Welcome back. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Byron Buxton. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. And a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Next pitch is outside. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Gassed it right by him.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Jorge Polanco, the next to hit, takes ball 1. No hits in the shutout yesterday afternoon. Next offering is in for a strike. Time to look at our umpiring crew in this one. Kenny Jansen behind the plate.
Yeah, and expect a little inconsistency on the corners. He doesn't make any wild calls, but he does give and take there a little bit. So he doesn't have the easiest strike zone to figure out, especially as the game goes on when you're expecting it to become more consistent.
And he deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace, it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
And that one is lifted in the air. Judge is under it. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Twins retired in short order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back now in the Bronx. Bottom of the inning. Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong. Boog, when we talk about Anthony Rizzo defensively, one of the things I like as a former outfielder is his ability to handle foul territory and just negotiate that sidewall to make some incredible catches.
Righty to the plate. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. He's super aggressive, crashing at first base. He's one of the best throwers at first defensively. And, of course, he picks the ball in the dirt as well as anyone. And the righty deals. Swing and a pop-up. Polanco settles under it. Puts the squeeze on it. And there's one down.
No, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Now here's Giancarlo Stanton. Had the day off yesterday. And there's a strike on the outside corner. No score here in the second. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
The wind and the pitch. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Everything in that at bat was away until the final pitch. 3 pitches in a row on the outside part of the plate, and of course that gets you conditioned to look out there, maybe a little bit out on your toes. So a great call on pitch number 4 to just hit that inside part of the plate and freeze him for strike 3.
And now Bader up to the plate. And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that one.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Set down on strikes. A controversial called strike 3 to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. We'll move to the third with no score. Back in the Bronx, on to the third inning, and now the Minnesota designated hitter, Jose Miranda. The wind of the pitch. Miranda measures 6 feet 2 inches, hitting 7th in today's lineup. He's usually a third baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Kicks and deals. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Here's Trevor Larnach. Didn't play in last night's game. A little breather for him. Ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the third.
Batting up, the left fielder, number 2, Michael A. Taylor.
Michael A. Taylor, the next twin up to hit. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Top of the third, no score. Ground ball right side. Peraza to first, and that'll do it. 9 straight retired here to start the game. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. We're tied. Set for the bottom of the third, and stepping in for the Yankees, Oswald Peraza. Peraza, 22 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Some of the greatest players in the history of the game were born in Venezuela, including one that finished with 500-plus home runs, 3,000-plus hits, and a triple crown.
And a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Next pitch misses way outside. And now it's filled up. Ground ball to the right side, and it's through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Pretty good changeup on the outside corner, but he did exactly what you're supposed to do with that pitch. See it deep and keep your hands inside it to drive it the other way. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Here's Jose Trevino, hitless last night, and they only scored 1 run. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Peraza gets his lead at first with nobody out. There goes the runner. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Ow!
Well, they tried to press their luck a little after having just picked up their first hit of this ball game. So that caught stealing kind of stings. Can't blame them for trying to get something going offensively, but so far it's just not happening for these guys.
Off the plate inside, and that's ball 3. Shoots a line drive single into right center. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a 2-bagger.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I'll tell you, man, it's such a good feeling when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that. I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
Now here is Anthony Volpe, and first offering is fouled off. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Next offering is fouled back. And 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
The 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. 1 out and a runner at second. High fly ball out into left center field. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now left fielder,
Back to the top of the lineup. Now the left fielder, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Grounded out his first time up. Swing and a ball popped up, and that's a base hit. Trevino rounds third, headed for the plate, and they hold the runner at third base as they decide not to risk the send with 2 away. Here's DJ LeMahieu, 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0. Runners on first and third, 2 away. tapped back up the middle in plenty of time to first, and the inning is over. Yanks strand a pair. Still no score. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, all set for the start of the inning. And here's the first baseman, Donovan Solano. There's the strike. Bloop behind second, puts it away for the out. Kyle Farmer, the next Twin up to hit. Struck out looking in his first at bat. And takes low for ball one. The Twins hitless so far in the game. Ball to strike. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
All over that one right there. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
Here's Carlos Correa. He's 0 for 1. And the first pitch misses for ball one.
1 ball, no strike.
And that's in for a strike. And a pitch. And it's fouled away. And a 1-2. Gets under it and pops it up. Volpe in position. 2 down.
The center field, number 25, Byron Buxton.
Here's Byron Buxton. Got to be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. Well struck right field. That's back. And it's gone. Byron Buxton blasts one out. That's his 99th career homer. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 2-0.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
So 2 away with nobody on. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The wide to kick the pitch. On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. And here it comes. On the ground, right side. Gathers and throws to first. And Polanco is out. And that'll do it. But the Twins bring in 2 on the homer. And it's 2-0. You're watching Yankees baseball on the show, NYC. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
In the air, out towards right center. Larnach drifts towards it. Squeezes it, and there's one away. And here is Anthony Rizzo. Well, we all know about Anthony Rizzo's skill set on the field. Multiple times at All-Star, multiple times he's won the Gold Glove, he even won the National League Platinum Glove, but also a guy who won the 2017 Roberto Clemente Award for his work off the field. Hard hit, right side. Throws to first. Already 2 gone here in the home fourth.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Correa slings it across, and that is the inning. So the Yanks go in order. They trail things here 2-0. Back in New York, we go to the top of the 5th, and now the Twins catcher, Ryan Jeffers. The pitch. And that one fouled off. And now the 0-1.
No.
There's a strike. Got him. 1 down. And next for Minnesota, Jose Miranda. He's 0 for 1.
Jose Miranda.
In there at the knees. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in 1 game. And, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan. And he said to me, "Hey, kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit."
Here's a 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And he's down on strikes for the 2nd time today. 2 outs, base is empty. So up next for Minnesota, Trevor Larnach. Grounded out his first time. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that is that. Nothing doing here for the Twins as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Back at Yankee Stadium, John Shabby with my buddy Chris Singleton, and set to get us started. Bottom 5, Harrison Bader. The wind of the pitch. In the air on the infield, Solano under it. Makes the catch for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, the second baseman.
And next for New York, Oswald Peraza. 1 for 1 with a single so far. That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
And a foul ball. Up the middle. Polanco tosses to first. And that quickly 2 away.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball. And then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Trevino batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. That one close, ruled the ball. And the count even 1-1. Bounced up the middle. Correa gets it to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Down in order go the Yankees. They trail it here 2-0. Top of the 6th inning, and here is Michael A. Taylor.
Michael A. Taylor.
Cortez back to work. Taylor, 32 years old, and he's a former Gold Glover in the American League. And the 0-1. On the ground to the left, and foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now back.
Here's Donovan Solano. Good contact guy, good defender.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. Now the third baseman, Kyle Farmer, 1 for 2. Strike 1.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at bat.
The next offering misses, and the count is 1-1. And there's a ball.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Next pitch downstairs, and that's ball 3. Line to left. That's a hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
And here comes Carlos Correa. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. In there for strike 1.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Here comes a pitch. Just missed.
2-1.
That misses, and now 3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Bader makes the grab, and that's the inning. So 1 hit is all they get. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Twins 2 and the Yankees nothing. Back here at the ballpark, well, we go bottom 6, and stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Volpe goes 5 feet 9 inches, 180 pounds, a former first-round pick back in 2019. That pitch in for a strike, 0-2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Next offering is fouled back. Out to short. Zips it across. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
And up next for New York, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
And fouled off.
I always remember watching Johan Santana pitch, and when he was in his prime, you would see a lot of guys out in front, right-handers pulling that change up in the stands and then fouling the fastball the opposite field up into the stands.
That's out to center field. Buxton grabs it on the run.
Just could not get in sync and even guess right. When we talk about guessing in the game, it's really anticipation and sort of going with what the highest probability pitch, velocity, location at that point of the at-bat is.
LeMahieu in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. Swing and a miss. That's strike one. Taylor moving under it. Oh, he brought it back. Yanks held in check. They're still down. It's 2-0. Top of inning number 7. And now the center fielder, Byron Buxton. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. Check swing. He went 0-1. Swing and a miss. Next pitch misses. Now 1-2.
Tough to take a two-strike changeup that just missed. I think it froze him.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Stays alive.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout, just didn't locate it very well.
Kicks and fires. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The pitch. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. And there's one down.
Up next for the Twins, the second baseman.
And now for the Twins, Jorge Polanco. In for a strike. Strike one. Tap back to the mound. Into the outfield. Base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
He's been swinging it really well lately. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Ryan Jeffers at the plate. He was late there. Strike one.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
And now the lefty. And that's down and away. Polanco at first, one gone. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Rizzo makes the play, and there's two away.
Now back, the designated hitter, Jose Miranda.
And now the DH, Jose Miranda, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And there's the strike.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Third out.
He's out.
Twins wind up stranding one. They're up 2-0. Back in the Bronx, it's Aaron Judge now.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
The pitch. The Yankees looking to rally.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
Ball to strike. The pitch. And a big swing and a miss. Bullpen activity starting up now. Jorge Lopez getting loose out there. Thielbar, a left-hander, also throwing. Next pitch off the plate. The count now 2-2. Judge rips that one. Nice grab on the run. And there's one down.
The first baseman, Anthony.
So now it's the four-hole hitter, Anthony Rizzo. That to right. 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
The designated hitter.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton. That misses the zone. Ball 1. On the ground, Correa. Fires across the diamond, gets him easily, ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Yankees, and they're down 2-0. Back at Yankee Stadium, we go to the 8th, and now here is Trevor Larnach. And the pitch. Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, these Twins, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
This to third, and that should be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
And next for Minnesota, Michael A. Taylor. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Albert Abreu. He's making his second appearance of the season. And that's in there for strike 1. Runner at second, nobody out. Strike 2.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Donovan Solano, the next Twin up to hit. In there, and it's 0-1.
There it was. 0-0. Here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Larnach, the runner at second with one away. Good eye right there. Next pitch is outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
That's in there. That's strike 2. In the air, right field. And it falls into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
Here's the third baseman, Kyle Farmer. First pitch just misses.
Looking for some insurance, or as our friends down in the South would say,
insurance.
No matter how you say it, we know what you mean.
Bounce to the left side.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Next one misses. Ball 2.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
First and third, one down. That's towards center. Bader racing after it. Great effort as he's able to haul it in. Runner tags for home. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. One left for Minnesota, but they're on top 2-0. On to the bottom of the 8th, and stepping in for the Yankees, Harrison Bader. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Ober back to work.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit, or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
2-0. This one in the air, center field. And he makes the catch. One away.
Now the second baseman.
Now it's the second baseman, Oswald Peraza. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
And he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
The other way. Oh, he gloves it.
Great hops right there, Boog. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved enough.
And next for New York, Jose Trevino. That one fouled off. And now the count is even. On the ground to short. Correa over to first. And the Yanks go quietly. Nothing across here this half. Through 8 full. It's the Twins 2 and the Yankees nothing. And welcome back. New inning getting started. Now Correa up to hit. Abreu, a 6'2 righty, 190 pounds, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. 0-1 now. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. The pitch. Started after it, appeal to first, and that's a swing according to umpire Mike Fillmore. Now the Minnesota cleanup hitter, Byron Buxton. His homer earlier is responsible for the only runs they've scored in this one.
Yeah, forget small ball. They're kind of living and dying by the long ball so far in this one.
That one ripped. Bader ranging back. Still going back. Leaping, and it's gone. Byron Buxton goes the opposite way. That's a special one. 100 career homers, and they add a run. It's 3-0.
Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
1 out, base is empty. So up next for Minnesota, Jorge Polanco. Outside. Now a high fly ball out to left center. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Here's the catcher, Ryan Jeffers. Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, number 97.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
That hits the dirt. Ball 1. There's a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Polanco leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Next offering is in for a strike.
1-2.
And that's in the dirt. Runner leads away at second. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. I tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Foul ball. Right-hander kicks, deals. And a pop-up. Right side, foul territory. Rizzo racing over to make the catch. Minnesota solo shot extends the lead. It's now 3-0. You're dialed into the show. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. And he deals. This one in the air right field. Larnach settles underneath it. He's got it. And a quick out, number 1.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like to pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
In the air right side. Larnach drifts towards it, and there's 2 away. So last chance for the Yankees. And up next for New York, DJ LeMahieu. First pitch, not close. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Around first, heading for 2. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Here is Aaron Judge. And first offering is fouled off.
These fans, they are ready to cheer about something.
Next offering is fouled back. LeMahieu at second with 2 down. Pitch misses there. 1-2 to count. Next offering is outside. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Over to first, and that'll do it. And the Twins even this series up at a game apiece.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command of this game, and he saw it all the way through to the end. Nice win.
A shutout in this one, 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here.